Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sedona International Film Festival. I'm your host, Carol Kahn. We are coming to you live from Facebook, as well as the Sedona Performing Arts Center. And joining me now is Craig from the film.
Hello, Craig Richey. Nice
And
to
your
meet
film?
you. They Who Surround Us.
Awesome, and you are the composer
Yes.
of this particular film, so tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that.
Well, this was a wonderful project because it's the first collaboration between myself and my husband, who's the writer-director. I've scored films that he's been in before, but this being his first feature of his own, it's a fantastic project for us. And it was also really interesting because a lot of the music was developed in the idea stages when he was working on story, and he wanted, he had ideas of where the story was going to go, and he was interested in having some music that could inspire him in writing. So we would talk about, there's an element of a farmer in Canada who hears a woman's voice in the woods, and it's a sort of haunting Ukrainian voice, and that was immediately compelling to me. So he was up in Canada doing family research for the film, and I was at home madly just writing as much music as I could and sending it to him, and he'd listen to it and he'd write. And predominantly the score was birthed that way. All of the music in the film, for the most part, was pre-written and preconceived, and I had seen Call Me By Your Name, and I was so fascinated by the music for that film because there was no score. All of the music in the film was either classical music that was dropped into the film, a little bit of film music of other film composers dropped here and there, but there was something very honest and beautiful about hearing music that had its own integrity, that a life outside of the film that just kind of sat where it needed to and occupied its space. And this film has a lot of beautiful landscape photography of Alberta and Alberta at magic hour and the prairies, and so there's so much space for music in this film, and there's pretty much never music when people are talking. It's really the sort of timeouts where the music has its space. So
How important is music, do you feel, in films?
It's really interesting because I think music is really important. I think silence is really important. I worked in the Sundance Lab and met a director there who believed her film needed no music, and she was absolutely right. It was a beautiful film without a drop of music. And then other times it's so integral to what's happening. So I feel like music is, it's another part of the storytelling, just like the lighting or the production design, the photography. And so its purpose, I always feel like its purpose is to sort of point to something, pay attention to this, not so much to manipulate or tell the audience how to feel, but maybe give permission to feel. There are times where those timeouts or the emotional beats, you really want people to understand that they are permitted to go there, and it certainly helps draw people in. Music is so visceral to all of us.
Right. Sometimes you don't even notice the music. You don't notice, you see the beauty of the shots or whatever it is. Sometimes it's intense, but it just either draws you in. I mean, typically it draws you in, but sometimes you don't even notice it.
Yeah.
We were talking briefly just about, because I love piano music, so it's just one of my favorite genres of music. And it's always so interesting to me that when I listen to someone who composed the music, there is a story behind it. So you're right as far as storytelling goes. But I always wonder, there's no words to it. So how do you actually come up with this story that fits using notes of music?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I was trained as a classical pianist, and so, the vast majority of the works that I studied are non-programmatic works, meaning they're not based on a story. Then there are lots of works that are, famous pieces by Debussy or Liszt that have titles that invoke, The Sunken Cathedral, for example, by Debussy. And when you hear the music, you absolutely feel that story. It's like film music without the film. When you're writing music for film, then of course you have the story. So the approach to music is to really understand that you're just another layer of the storytelling, and it's certainly not all up to you, because it's a supportive role. The story's already in the photography, it's in the dialogue, so it's easier to find the story then. But I think maybe the part of it that could be a little bit more interesting is that the subtext is very interesting to me. So often story is maybe less on my plate when I'm writing music for film, and character is more present for me. The internal life of characters as inspiration for music is a bigger source of inspiration for me than story, usually.
Well, it's beautifully done, so thank you so much for putting that together. And we also talked with the filmmakers earlier in the week about the film. So how is it doing, and is it playing again, or how's it?
It is. It's playing today at 1 o'clock at the Mary Fisher Theater, and we had a screening Tuesday that was fantastic out at the Enchantments, and just a wonderful audience and a very, very moving. It's a powerful film, and it was really beautiful to just witness the responses at the Q&A. More of a response rap session than a Q&A, and it was really beautiful that way. So I'm looking forward to today, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good. You should be very proud.
We are. We love this festival. It's amazing, like no other. Just the way you take care of your filmmakers and the community here. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. And how can people find out about your film?
They Who Surround Us, themovie.com, and there's a Facebook page. So
and is the music going to be available, or is that just a separate thing tied with the movie?
We are intending to release a soundtrack. We also have a song written for the film by Brett Kissel, who's a big country music star in Canada. And so, when we get to that stage of releasing the film, we absolutely plan to release a soundtrack.
Awesome. Yeah. Good. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll probably be the first in line to get one. Get a
awesome.
copy.
There's a lot of piano music on it, so you'll be happy.
Yeah. Music to my ears.
All right.
Awesome. It's so nice having you with us.
So great. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
And we'll be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival after this.